Today, I'm going to take you on a stick frame tour of the living space of the Barndominium. Hey, welcome to From Scratch Ranch. If you're watching for the first time, we're a family in the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas building this ranch from scratch. There was nothing here before, and now there is a barn. We have gotten all of the framing done now, and we're ready for the next phase of getting the plumbing done and all of the electrical. So we just recently got power to our land. That was a long process. It was difficult. There's a link up here if you want to see that video of us finally getting power to the property. So let's get started. So behind me here is where we entered in the front door. This is our front door facing south. To the left as you enter is our living space, where the couch will be and the TV and whatnot. And then to the left of that is the kitchen. And in the kitchen we've got our kitchen window looking out at the pasture, checking out the horses eventually one of these days. We'll have our farm sink and a dishwasher and some cabinets. All right, got it. So we need 5 studs at 40.5 inches. Right?
Should we make that? See, my rules are you measure once and you cut twice.
And a stove, oven, more cabinets, refrigerator, and then a small food pantry that we put in right here.
Okay, so what do you think?
Did you just build your first wall ever?
Yeah, ever. Yeah.
She got it. She's strong. I got it now.
I was just kidding. So just outside the food pantry there's another doorway out to a mudroom area. We'll get to that in a second. If you wrap around here, we'll have a little desk against that wall there. And we're going to put a barn door, a sliding barn door on that doorway there. And then our desk with the computer. And then we have this high wall here, this really big high wall.
Now pull your stuff. Push up. Oh! What are you doing?
Look. You gotta help me get up. No, here. So that wall there is where our fireplace is going to go. We're going to put a wood burning stove right in the middle there, and that hopefully will heat this whole place. But it's a 16-foot tall ceiling there, so we'll have the stovepipe go all the way up, and then we'll angle it back to the back and then out the roof on the back side of the barn so you can't see it from the front. So as we make our way through into the mudroom, we have a side entrance door out the side of the barn. So this will be where, we can come in from out the pasture and take off our boots in our little mudroom area here. Right here we'll be building a bench so that we can sit down and take off our boots and some cabinets and cubbies and whatnot. And along this wall there'll be hooks and cubbies and everything else that we can find to organize all of our stuff. And then back over in here will be our laundry facility, so a washer and dryer, and also our tankless water heater will be in this area, and then some countertop space, and then the dog crate and kitty litter area and all that kind of stuff out towards the shop side. We also then have a doorway out here into the shop area. And if you haven't seen the shop area, we've got a pretty large 40 by 60 foot shop. Raising the first wall. Woohoo! That we've built this barndominium in, and here's that high wall there. So the whole one side of the barn is our living space. So back into the mudroom here, and then we've got an entrance into our bathroom. So we have a full bath here. There'll be the vanity, the toilet, and the shower tub surround in this space here. Just a standard small full-size bath, 5 foot by 8 foot.
What do I do now?
Walk down. Walk your hands down.
Look at that. See if we can go this way towards mommy.
I don't want to have a concussion today.
Go. Okay.
Mine's not big.
But we also did put a window in it, which is a nice little feature. So now you might be wondering, well, where are you guys going to sleep? Well, if you notice, I built this thing, or had it built 16 feet tall. I went high with it so that way I could put a second floor up there, so we have some loft space to sleep in. So that right there is Makayla's loft. It's a 10 foot by 16 foot sleeping loft, and then there is a closet up there, a small closet. And we will be putting railings up, or like a half wall type railing. Nope. Yeah. Good job, man. I can't believe you can lift that whole hammer like that and keep going like that. That's crazy. Okay, now we've made our way up into Makayla's loft. There's her closet there. We'll be putting a twin bed in between these two posts here. Again, there'll be the railing on the outside wall there, or a half wall we'll build in. We eventually will be putting up a mini split heat and air system. Would be mounted right there. So this is a pretty good sized room. Again, it's 10 by 16, but it's enough. And the great view outside. It's getting dark early. It's cold. Got a little snow last night, which is a little surprising for Arkansas. And then as you can see across the way, we have our master loft. And again, we'll have a half wall railing also on that side. The reason I wanted to keep this open in half walls and open lofts is that it is a small space, and from downstairs having the half walls up here is going to open it up and make it look bigger. If these were full walls with doors, it would close it in pretty tight down there and may not look as good either. So you may be wondering, well, how are they going to get up into those lofts? Well, this is a tight space, so I had to think smartly about this, and we originally were going to put in some ship ladders up there, but that was going to be a little more difficult than what we probably prefer. So I came with this great idea. I stumbled upon it on the internet. A company called Paragon Stairs that has these spiral staircases that are DIY, and they look great, and they fit in tight spaces like in cabins and for loft spaces and whatnot. So I've got 2 spiral staircases, and as you can see, I've drawn out the circumference of the staircase with the pole in the center, and then the first step up, and it's going to wrap around and come up into there. So we've got 1 spiral staircase there, we've got our fireplace, wood-burning stove, and then another spiral staircase over here that will come up in there. So I think that's going to look great with those 2 iron-looking spiral staircases, and then the wood stove, the black wood stove, right in the middle with that tall stove pipe and a mantle. I think it's going to look great. I think that the distance between the staircase and the fireplace wood stove is enough. I think we're in good shape. Okay, now we're in the master loft, and the staircase, the spiral staircase, will come up over on that side. We've got a pretty good sized space up here with, again, a nice window looking out to the pasture. And on the back side of the bedroom here, we'll have a barn door that will slide open and provide entry into the master closet. So this is our walk-in closet that we'll have here, and on the other side, within the closet, another doorway into a half bath where we'll have the toilet and the sink. So with this design, with the 2 sleeping lofts above the living space, 16 foot wide on this side of the barn, on a 40 by 60 foot barn, we've made really good use of a 600 square foot footprint within the barn. That was one of the big benefits of going vertical rather than wide on the barn. Even though this is a 40 by 60 barn or metal building, the apartment inside allowed me to go high with the 16-foot sidewalls and allow me to put in the second floor up here and to maximize my space. And as you can see on the back side here, we have still a lot of space for the shop side, with 2 big 14 by 14 foot overhead doors, one on each side. So I could pull a camper through here. So I hope you enjoyed this stick frame tour of our Barndominium living space. So now we're ready for the next step. Since we've got all of our utilities now to the property, we've got the Barndominium framed out, ready to go. We can bring power and water into the Barndominium, get that all done, and then finally insulate, throw some drywall up, paint, throw some trim up, and hopefully finally move in. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe. We've got a lot of videos that are left to come out, and there's a lot of videos I've already posted. Take a look at them. Until next time, keep living the dream. See ya.